I have been tasked with being the chef, for Thanksgiving. My in-laws are down in South Texas on 300 acres, and so there's a lot going on for me to prepare for that trip. One of the things I really do enjoy about going down to visit is there's a shooting range there. So it's my one chance to do some shooting for free, if you will, if you consider ammo your only cost, right? Because around here in the Dallas area, you got to join a club or, pay to shoot, and that really doesn't work out. It's okay. Don't get me wrong. It's fine. But once you shoot for free, you sort of never want to go and pay to shoot somewhere else. It's sort of like when you fly private jet, which I only did once in my life. Well, twice, same trip, round trip. But once you do that, you sort of never want to fly commercial again. But reality sinks in. Anyway, because I am in charge of being the chef for Thanksgiving, I have made turkeys in a variety of different ways. I will say that whether you make them in the barbecue, whether you make them on a smoker, whether you make them in a deep fryer, deep frying is always the best. But one of the things that has become really insulting to me is the price of oil. Peanut oil that you buy at the grocery store, when I checked sort of in October, was $55 for the, I think, 3.5 gallon or maybe 4 gallon container. Right now, we're getting closer to Thanksgiving. We're like 2 weeks away, a little less than 2 weeks away, and I saw it on sale for $45. The irony is you could buy a whole deep fryer, propane fired deep fryer for $45. So the fryer is $45, the oil is $45, and the turkey, the one I bought, I picked it up at Aldi. I actually got two because I have to do this twice. I'm doing one for the family on my side here in Dallas, and then the in-laws side down in South Texas. 97 cents at Aldi. We got butter balls for 97 cents a pound. So I had two 17-pounders. So 17 pounds for a turkey, I find it hard to justify $45 for oil and, $45 for a fryer. Although the fryer, makes the fryer a deal. But anyway, what I decided to do, my mom has an electric fryer that she uses with oil. I'm trying to break away from doing the oil thing because I just feel like that's the most stupid part of the expense of Thanksgiving deep fried turkey. And I bought myself the Big Easy, which is an infrared smoker, roaster, grill, deep frying, I don't know what you want to call it, grill, vat, containment vessel that gets really just super hot, but it doesn't use oil. So we're going to see how that goes. It'll be interesting, and hopefully I can be smart enough to bring all my accoutrement with me and camera equipment and everything, and we can do some recordings, and you guys can see how it turns out as easily or as quickly as I see how it turns out. Otherwise, I will completely ruin Thanksgiving, and I actually have a ham as a backup plan. Just in case this goes awry, we'll have ham. So this video here, I'm going to just do a time lapse. We'll see how it goes for the assembly, and after the assembly's over, I'll give you some commentary on how it went and how I think it looks. And tonight we're actually going to do a test fire on just a chicken, just to see how it goes, get a break in, get all the new, if you will, smells and paints and whatever else out of it, so that when I take it down in the next, not Tuesday coming up, but Tuesday before Thanksgiving, it'll be ready to go. So that's the plan. Stick with me, and I'll let you know what I think of the CharBroil Big Easy. All right, guys. So I'm not going to really narrate through this entire time-lapse video, but I will say this is the first time I ever did a time-lapse, and probably won't be the last. I'll probably have to figure out a way to be able to speed them up even more. Right now we're watching this at 750% of normal speed, which you would think should be fast enough, but at least for this project it gets pretty boring, so you won't insult me if you want to fast forward. If you move up to about 13 minutes into the video, we'll get back to it. But the assembly of the entire unit, if you will, went really well. The instructions are pretty clear. They don't have really any writing. There's no text. It's all just pictures. The screws that it comes with, a couple of different sizes. You just have to make sure that you use the right size in the right place, because it is easy to mix them up. They're all black and they're all Phillips, so they all look the same. But they vary a little bit in length and a little bit in diameter as well. So just make sure you use the right screws in the right places. But anyway, if you want to drag through this, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll see you at the 13-minute mark. All right, guys. So welcome back. The deep fryer, the CharBroil Big Easy. It does come with its own basket. Fry basket for the turkey or whatever you want to put in there. But a few extra things that I purchased just to be safe because I was going all out for Thanksgiving. Was the first one was this sort of a vertical rack that you can mount the bird on, through the neck hole and just stand it up there. The advantage to that was that it doesn't have to be limited to the size of the basket. The second item was the hanging basket that's sort of collapsible. I got this basket because it was a little bit more flexible than the basket that comes with the unit, thinking it would maybe be more forgiving, but it actually turns out to be a little bit smaller. The third item that I purchased, which I didn't use yet, but I've used before in other cookers, is a beer butt chicken type device. This is actually for doing what they say beer butt turkey, or you can put any marinade of your choice in the center of that and have it boil and provide extra moisture. So that's always a nice option to have. And the last thing that I added was the temperature sensor. The actual CharBroil cooker comes with a thermometer built in. A meat thermometer. I shouldn't say built in. It just comes with one, and it's just a meat probe. The old style analog dial kind. I went with this digital version because it had two different probes, and you could get, sort of a breast and thigh temperature, which turned out to be vastly different during the cook process. All right, so hey guys, just winding down the video on the CharBroil Big Easy. Here it is. This is after cook number one. Last night, I wanted to do a break-in before I put the pressure on myself to use it for an occasion like Thanksgiving. So what I did was I ran a chicken in there. Seemed pretty much similar to a turkey, smaller, and of course nothing like a turkey in terms of prep. But anyway, seemed like the easiest thing to do, and I'll put a picture up. It turned out really good. No complaints whatsoever. Very juicy, very crispy on the outside. Almost textbook with the cook time too. It was I believe it was like a 6-pound bird and maybe 7, and it cooked in an hour. 45 minutes is when you check it, and then you go another 15, and it was right on. So I didn't mind it at all. Clean up, it's kind of like any other smoker, right? They want you to kind of get it to be seasoned, so you're gonna end up with a degree of just blackened stuff in there, a little char. I don't think that's anything critical. I can probably wipe some of that out if I decide to. A couple of other interesting things about it, and I might try this at Thanksgiving time, is right here. It has a door where you can. It's a very thin. It's not easy to get out. I will tell you that. It's a door with like a little chamber in there to hold wood chips. So that might come in handy. Maybe provide a little extra smoke to whatever you're making. I might try that for Thanksgiving. And then the other part of the cleanup that was like really surprisingly easy is back here on the back side. There is there's this tray here. I didn't want to wash it too much with water so it starts rusting already. But what I did do is I ordered, and I'll put all these things that I've ordered in the description. I ordered just little liners, aluminum foil liners to go in there. When you, there's a basket that's now in the dishwasher, but the basket that goes in here is a little small, I think, for turkey. So I bought a couple of different things to experiment with, and I'll follow up this video after Thanksgiving, but one of them is a turkey stand, sort of like a beer butt chicken, type stand. One of them has just a rod that comes through it that you can hook, with your one of these guys, right? Hook it and pull it out. But you do the same thing with the basket. So anyway, I ordered a few extra things. I'll put them in there. We'll see how they all work out. Like I said, I didn't say the recommended size for this is 16 pounds, and I ended up with two 17-pound birds, and that was just because that's what Aldi had. So there wasn't a choice. Like I didn't look for bigger birds. They were all almost exactly the same within a tenth of each other. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, very happy with the cook. Very happy with the cleanup. Everything seems to look good. My one complaint, well, it's not a complaint. It's just a complaint if you want to try and take it somewhere. It's pretty heavy. So if you want to take it to somebody else's house, it's more of a project than some of the other things that I have. But that'll be good for some of the wind we get here in North Texas. It won't be going anywhere. Anyway, see you guys on the next one.